Okay, uranium friends, this is the you look as I look. So, quick rifle through on the watch list and see if there's anything problematic. So, URA weekly, log scale, no issues, right? So, a little bit of a runner, um, moving average runner. Starting to see the undercuts, so it could be a little bit problematic, but I'm just viewing this right now as it's still doing exactly what it's supposed to do, which is ride that weekly 12 EMA and that 50-day moving average. No technical change in this chart whatsoever. Um, wouldn't be surprised to see the 200-day moving average test. Probably going to be across the board. I'm going to say that, but we'll see. I haven't really spent a lot of time looking at the charts yet. So I guess let me just see what the monthly looks like. Yeah, I mean it's the monthly inside bar, right? So I can look at this and I can go, okay, well, I know what a clear line of support is around like $26, $27 monthly 12 EMA and the 200-day moving average up here at the that's a tough one because that's like the 78% retracement. Yeah, so this area is obviously for the long term, much longer term look. Can't lose these levels here. It's 26 to 27. So URA looks absolutely fine, and there's nothing different here. No behavior change yet on URA, even on the daily, right? So let's just look for something like that. That's what we want to see. Get this drawdown and get this base, and the space will do the same thing, right? So URA is for me the metric of the space. I know a lot of people use URNM. URA to me has the liquidity, and this is where the money will want to flow. Better option chain as well. URNM, it's going to look exactly the same, right? So no change here yet either. Okay, so URNM, I mean, it should be expected that it comes and taps this blue line. It was a 26 EMA. Should be expected on the weekly chart to do it. It's been doing it for a long time since the beginning of the year, essentially, February, right? So that's the deal. But the good thing is that look, these moving averages, and if you listen to my stuff, I talk about it all the time. When they get stretched like this away from the 200-day moving average, they want to start to reconcile a little bit, squeeze it up, get these things tightened up again to act as a good band of support. You'd be ready to go. So, you know, nothing technical is changing about this chart either yet. The behavior is still the same. URNJ, much more a little volatile, a little bugger, but nothing is changing. So very similar to URNM. All right. So there's no, I don't see any structural technical damage to these charts at this time. And anybody who's bitching about it, well, then they're not really long-term, investors like everybody says, right? So a long-term investor loves this entire look. There's nothing wrong with this look for the entire life of this stock, So the space kind of looks similar in that respect. So CCJ, little all-time high break, no follow through, not atypical. Back testing, I would guess. Let's see. Yeah, back testing this breakout area right here, right? Could it come down a little bit more? Could we see a test into the 38? Never know, right? So it's good support there too. Um, zoom in just a little bit and we'll go to the weekly and we'll see what the volume profiles will look like here. Yeah, so again, it's starting to get choppy. It's not as consistent as a runner as this has been, right? So it's getting some undercuts, and all that is doing is letting these moving averages catch up with each other. It's exactly what you want to happen to create a good support for the next leg up. So CCJ has already said that it's going into blue sky territory. So little back tests are opportunities to be buying. And I'll tell you, this was quite the day today for CCJ. Bounced off its EMA, right off its support here on that last pivot. That is a good look short term for CCJ. And if it's a good look for CCJ short term, probably going to be a good look for the space in general. As we know, CCJ is the leader, has been the leader for a very long time, despite what all these people say. So this was a great bounce closing at the highs. Nice hammer. You got to see follow through. So, but what's happened here is that we've established a great level to work off of. So anybody that wants to, you know, be an aggressive bull, they've got the level to work off of. Let's just say it's 51. I'll tell you the exact number. 51.18. What is this? 51.75. So 51.18. That's it. You know, here's your low risk spot fish off, and hopefully that this is your pivot, making your higher low, making your weekly higher low. Although this is just the beginning of consolidation this week on this, right? Yeah. So, you know, if that holds, we're good, right? If this holds, if today's low holds, if we don't break today's low tomorrow, it's positive. It's a good look for CCJ. Uh, Otherwise, of course, nothing wrong with the chart. A little stretched, of course. Like to see some moving averages tighten up at some point that give people give us more confidence in general. Denison, it's through its box, and back testing these highs would not be a surprise, right? So these are probably all just aggressive bulls are looking for this to happen, and they're going to want to be buyers in these spots. And there's things that just say, okay, it's good support. You know, just zoom you in a little bit. 200-day moving average, monthly 12 EMA, top of the breakout from this value area, retest. Anything's possible, right? Weeklies just started consolidation. Nothing technically wrong with the chart, right? Nothing wrong with the chart. What's next? Encore. Nothing wrong with the chart. Just doing what it's supposed to do, doing what charts do, right? Little support line there. Series of higher highs and higher lows. Nothing wrong. No behavioral change has occurred here yet on the chart. Bounce from uh, levels here, support. If we lose this tomorrow, then it's, you know, you got to start looking down at the 4 area. But as I've stated, like for quite some time now, you know, good range trader between $4 and $5, and that's what it's been providing. And that's what it's doing. You know, we can't say anything other than that. That's what it is doing. Just holding that nice little trend line. This is ugly, right? But you get the idea. Those are big boards. What else do we have? We'll look at Centris, see what's going on here. Barely even look at this one, but um, you know, Centris is it's just a constructive chart. It is, but it you know, to come back and test the middle of, you know, this value area here would not be surprising, especially with Centris. Nothing wrong with the chart. Shaking my head. SMR, right? So what happened there? That was just the glitch. Doesn't even show up on the charts. So it went to zero, right? Or went to $1. Yeah, there's some consolidation here. Daily chart, it's slightly problematic, right? So it's gotten through these EMAs, and it's, you know, here's a support area. Let's see what it look. You know, the daily does not look that great. Either does this weekly. I mean, but technically, it's still just, you know, you got a bit of a trend line here. I'm being very sloppy and quick, but there's your trend line, and it's pretty much respecting it. Arbitrary trend lines, right? but it doesn't look that great. The daily does not look great, so a bounce is going to be needed. The sector needs a bounce right now. There's no question. Next gen, um, yeah, not a great look either for this daily chart. So it's coming into some big supports areas here. If it's starting to lose, right? So your big volume profile here is above us now. So lots of resistance up here. And the sellers have been whacking it, right? So this parallel channel is dead as a doornail. We're through the golden pocket. So your 78% retracement. Be looking for the next bounce area, and there's a lot of action here. $7, $7 area. Next gen, probably low risk bottom fish there. That's the way I'm seeing it. I got stopped out of this one today on my add-ons. Whatever trade I attempted, it got stopped out today. The final part today it was, yeah, right, today or yesterday, whatever it was. It's out. I stopped out, and we'll see what happens at these levels. Chart is looking like it's about to break, so it needs a save. Suspect that 675, 650 area with these moving averages and this support, which is probably a monthly. Yeah, we have monthly consolidation underway for next gen since last month, actually, and for the first time since April of 2023. Really, yeah. This was your last piece of monthly consolidation right here. So over a year, straight up, pretty good. So we'll get some monthly consolidation, and yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it's a buying opportunity. URG, I'm doing big boards right now. Same deal, right? Monthly, weekly doesn't look good. Looks like it's starting to break down. Looks a lot like NextGen actually. Let me just see something. Yeah, similar. Um, what are everyone's favorites? Bannerman. Nothing wrong with the chart. Weekly 12 EMA rider. Daily looks like it's in rollover mode, but it's Bannerman, right? So as long as these last lines of defenses hold, which is these moving averages, it's good because there's no levels to work off of here until we start getting down into this area. In my opinion, you might get some saviors in here, but you got this gap too. I don't know if it's on the Australian part. Um, you know, I'd be looking at this 241 range on the United States side as support, 240 area. Let's just see if that confirms up with anything going on here. Yeah, look. So, you know, previous little zones here of action. Nice volume shelf there too. Right in that area. 240 looks like a pretty good spot to be taking some low risk shots at it. Boss, we know that the CEO sold a bunch, right? That crushed it. Anybody who sat back and watched Boss just rip away and wishing they were in it, me, um, maybe there's a chance happening here to get back in. It would seem like this is going to be a logical spot, although you have that shelf it got right through. This would be a gift. We'll see what happens in this area. That's the way I see it there. Deep yellow, nothing wrong with this chart, right? Weekly consolidation's underway. It's small at best. Yeah, nothing wrong with that chart either. Good enough for now, right? Lotus, who cares? Anything else that's UEC. UEC support, right? Oh, this is like to me, I don't even care about anything that's going on. This chart to me It's a low risk attempt is here, as far as I'm concerned. All of this support and price action level, 200-day moving average, volume shelf. There's no question, and previous levels, previous breakout levels. So there's no question in my mind, this is a very low risk long at the moment. And the thing is that I just know that if it breaks down out of this base, and if it's a uranium space, you'll get this. See this little wick out right here? Maybe it shoots through this support to V shape, but UEC has definitely got. I have my attention here on this one. Interestingly enough, I'm a shooter. I shoot, and I have no problem going after this thing and taking a loss and stopping out because my loss is going to be small. And then I'll just know I'm wrong. This is way too strong of a level, way too big of a support level for there not to be a bounce. And if there isn't a bounce, it's truly, truly problematic, and I should be getting out quickly. So that's that. I want to say, let's look at this because you can't do technical analysis on the spot price, uh, but maybe you can, right? So it's all about these moving average riders, right? And it did it for a long time. And every time it tapped these moving averages, it was a buy. There was no question. It's as simple as plain as day. You need to know nothing about technical analysis. Just follow the lines. You lost the lines. You've lost the lines since September of 2022. It's lost right now. And not only is it lost, it's acting as resistance. Okay, so there's your technical analysis on the actual uranium price, the spot price. Okay, uranium futures. Is it above these lines or is it below? Are the lines being used as resistance or support? It's sandwiching in between of these now. So I have stated over and over that I would not be surprised if we visit 80 because of this gap. I don't know if we get there. We got close right here, right? And it did not get its customary rebound. It was met with selling as it got a little bounce. Should tell everybody something if you're paying attention to price action. It should tell you something that that's not happening. So we need to get back out of there. Okay, monthly little bear flag here, and it's not looking great. Okay, because the bounces are just not there. So I would probably say that I was saying that here too, right? And we got the bounce. Where's the monthly 12 EMA? Oh, it's right at 80 with the 200-day moving average. Feel like this 80 area, 82 area, 81 area. I just won't be surprised if it visits that. Doesn't mean it's going to, right? So what's the discount to NAV right now? It's probably in double digits. Once it starts getting to like 13, 14%, the NAV traders come in and they start picking at it. So you might start seeing some support. We'll see. Energy fuels, it's all about the boxes, right? Couldn't really fully get out of the box, coming back to retest. See what happens. I still work the boxes over and over. I've said it, right? I'll just be trying to buy in the low end of the boxes, trying to sell maybe a little bit at the top end of the boxes or whatnot. 200-day moving average, still holding it down, right? Couple breakouts, fake outs off the 200-day moving average, not being able to hold it, not the best luck. Now using it as resistance. So, mixed signals in the space. Let's look at Western. It's nice chart, right? So mixed signals in the space, but most of the charts are not broken. And most importantly, my takeaway is that the ETFs are fine, and there's a monster trade opportunity coming in right here on UEC, if you ask me. Uh, as long as this level holds, you lose this level that we're testing now, it's going to be a problem, because then I'm just going to be start looking down a little bit further. And that doesn't mean that you can't, right? So we've been up here before and have come all the way back down. We're up here now. Can we come all the way back down? Maybe. I mean, if you look at the strength of this chart, it's made some moves, but it hasn't done a lot. It's at the same price it was at right now. It's at the same price it was at in April of 2022 and November of 2021. So that's just the way it is. There's a lot of price action up here. Hopefully it works as support. Over and out. Long, tough video, but sorry.